Who would have ever imagined that the same guy who played a sparkly vampire in the Twilight Saga would go on to portray a very different type of Batman? Yes, I've accepted Robert Pattinson as the next Batman because, well, the D in the DC doesn't stand for democracy, so there's no fighting it. Besides, by all accounts, The Batman Vengeance is shaping up to be an awesome movie. It has an all-star cast featuring many fan-favorite actors, and it just might give us the dark, gritty Batman we've been craving. I'm not going to pile on all the blame for the current state of Batman onto Ben Affleck. He didn't write Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. He wrote a standalone Batman movie that's never getting made because he dropped the role. But I'm also not going to spend time enumerating the less than stellar movies involving Batman because, frankly, Batman vs Superman is proof enough that audiences need something new. The movie Joker doesn't take place in the DCU, but it's a dark, gritty, and raw film that went over extremely well with audiences. So aren't we overdue for a darker Batman than we've been getting lately? Back when Affleck was tied to the project, director Matt Reeves claimed this movie could highlight Batman's stellar detective skills, which is a huge part of his appeal in the comic books. Meanwhile, on the big screen, he couldn't even figure out that Superman's mom's name is Martha, which Lois Lane put together in Man of Steel. Not only did Reeves promise this movie would give us a capable, clever Batman, but he cited master of horror Alfred Hitchcock as an inspiration for the film too. Even though Affleck isn't part of the process anymore, Reeves is still around and he's sticking to the statements he made about the Batman. He says it will be an original noir-driven story and definitely not the same old Batman origin story that gets shoehorned into every movie he's in. We get it. His parents lost their lives and he became Batman because he's afraid of bats, so let's just all move on. The working title for the movie is Vengeance, which definitely seems appropriate for a Batman movie. As for the cast, well, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I would currently rate it as 3 flame emojis. You've got Robert Pattinson as Batman, Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, Paul Dano as the Riddler, and John Turturro as Carmine Falcone. There are also some exciting names reportedly in talks for major roles like Jeffrey Wright as James Gordon, Colin Farrell as the Penguin, and Andy Serkis as Alfred. Allegedly, the movie will also contain multiple scenes inside the infamous Arkham Asylum, which isn't exactly a warm and fuzzy kind of location. In addition to the fat stack of villains, you've got an asylum for the criminally insane, a masked vigilante, and Selina Kyle, a woman he has a very complicated relationship with in the comics. One trap superhero movies can easily fall into is packing too many characters into too short of a film's runtime. Suicide Squad tried to introduce way too many characters at once, and the result was, well, Suicide Squad. But it can be done well. Just look at the movies like Avengers: Infinity War and Endgame. And there's a popular Batman storyline that some fans believe would be perfect for the big screen. Specifically, I'm talking about Batman: The Long Halloween by Jeff Loeb. It's a hugely popular storyline, and it highlights Bruce Wayne's detective skills, a detail we know will be included in Vengeance. Sure, it's great watching him chuck batarangs around, but we need slightly more substance than that. It's also chock full of villains, but manages to include them without making the story feel overcrowded. It also includes a Hannibal Lecter-esque villain named Calendar Man who Batman visits in Arkham Asylum, a location that, of course, will be included in the film. Oh man, it's all coming together. So what is The Long Halloween about? The premise is that there's a criminal named Holiday on the loose and he's leaving a trail of bodies in his wake. Oh, and he takes them out on holidays and leaves behind little mementos of each day of celebration like a jack-o'-lantern glass of champagne. Okay, I didn't say he's the most subtle villain out there, but trust me, it's a great story. Batman has to work alongside Captain James Gordon to bring down Holiday before he strikes again, while simultaneously dealing with a crime war between 2 of Gotham's prominent families, Marconi and Falcone. He's a guy with a busy schedule, what can I say? And in addition to teaming up with Gordon, there's one other alliance Batman makes, and it's with a man named Harvey Dent. Maybe you've heard of him? We did see Batman, Gordon, and Dent team up during The Dark Knight, which could be a knock against this theory, though. It worked well the first time, but this is supposed to be a fresh, new movie, so it seems unlikely they'd adapt a major plot point from a previous film. But really, it seems unlikely they'd do a strict adaptation of The Long Halloween in the first place either. Things always need to be changed when a comic book is brought to the big screen, and this film might simply be inspired by this famous storyline. It would be a great way to highlight Batman's detective prowess while incorporating a colorful cast of characters and hitting on the Arkham Asylum plot point. There's also a pretty controversial comment that Pattinson made regarding his role in the movie. Get this, during an appearance on the Today Show, he protested that Batman is not a superhero because he doesn't have any supernatural powers. While some fans were furious at Pattinson for disparaging the good name of Bruce Wayne, others had to admit that he kind of has a point. He's a hero, sure, but is wearing a cape enough to be considered a superhero? This could have been just a throwaway comment, sure, but it seems as though Pattinson is trying to set us up for a more realistic Batman working as a masked vigilante instead of a mysterious, shadowy figure. If you've ever been wronged by the YouTube algorithm, you might consider vengeance, but I have a better and more hopeful suggestion. To make sure you don't miss out on the latest from CBR, just click on that subscribe button and turn on your notifications either from right here or in the settings menu if you are on your phone. How's that for an easy case to solve? Do you think Batman Vengeance will be the darkest entry we've seen in the franchise so far, or is there another classic Batman film you think is unbeatable? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section and then click on the subscribe button for more videos from us here at CBR. Bye-bye for now.